Good morning and welcome to Sunday morning's meditation here at KPC. We hope that you are driving around safely, or arrived here safely. We have a lot of winter snow here. And hello to everyone joining us online. So we'll start with opening prayer. So we're going to do the 7-line prayer together 3 times. Orgen yugi nu chamsam Pemmange sadombola Yasen shogi nu drumne Pemmanjungne shesudrag Koryukan dromampokur Keki jesudag drupki Jinjilov sher sheksu sol Gurumbe Masidihung Organ Yogi Nuchamsam Pemange Sadompola Yasan Shogi Nudrumne Pemajungne Shesudrag Koryukandrom Mambokor Keki Jesudag Drupki Jinjilov shir sheksu sol Guru Bema siddhihum Organ yogi nuchamsam Pemange sadompola Yasan shogi nudrumne Pemanjungne shesudrag Koryukandrom mambokor Keki jesudag drupki Jinjilov shir sheksu sol Guru bema siddhihum. So, as we're gathered here together to meditate today, we want to first remember our motivation. Why are we here? And we want to generate compassion together, generate our compassionate intention for this meditation. So whenever we begin an activity, we should begin by generating compassion for all beings and establishing our pure motivation. This is especially true when we sit down to meditate, when we listen to a Dharma teaching, when we read a Dharma book. Our motivation really determines the direction of our actions. So it's very important, and we always begin with establishing that pure motivation. So let's take a minute together to generate compassion and the wish that whatever we learn here today, whatever merit or virtue we generate, that it brings immeasurable benefit to all beings. So we'll take a minute now. So the meditation that we'll be doing today is called Shamatha meditation, and the text and techniques that I'll be speaking from is from Jetsuma's book, Stabilizing the Mind. So what is meditation? Meditation is the natural state of our mind when it's relaxed, when it's stable and open. It trains our mind to be more calm and relaxed, yet also alert and wakeful. And the whole point of meditation is to train our mind and to create space in our mind. So if we think about these lives that we live, especially, this Western type of living that's very, very fast-paced, very busy. It's easy to be filled with lots of distractions, to have a very busy brain, busy mind. So creating space in our minds helps us deal with that, to deal with this life, and helps us balance our emotions. It allows time between our actions and our reactions. So more spaciousness, more pause between our reactions. And it's the very first step in developing bodhicitta, which is the compassionate wish to free all beings from suffering. So first we'll talk about posture. So we're going to take how to sit in this position. You can either sit on the floor like I'm doing today, or if it's more comfortable, you can sit in a chair. So we just want to make sure that our spine is very straight, our shoulders are open, and our elbows are out a bit. So our rib cage is open. And we're going to put our hands in our lap, gently in our lap like this, right over left. And put that in our lap. And then in terms of our gaze, we can imagine a line following the bridge of our nose and extending out to the floor. So we're finding a point on that line to comfortably rest our gaze. And then we'll place the tip of our tongue right behind your front teeth. So that's, a little bit of space. So the mouth is kind of a little bit open. And in this position, we're also allowing ourselves to relax completely. So we're not doing this rigidly. We're, relaxed and grounded in this position, and we're going to, do our best to breathe normally. Just putting a very light attention on our breath. So we don't need to control our breath at all, or be, thinking of it, I'm breathing, and now I need to breathe longer like this, or whatever our mental loops are with that. It's just to breathe naturally and putting a gossamer thin attention on our breath. So it's like taking your pulse. We're not putting any pressure on it. We're not trying to control it. We're just observing it. Jetsama always says, your attention is like a feather gently riding on the surface of your breath. So while we're meditating, if thoughts pop up, which they will, that's what our mind does, we are going to just let them go, like bubbles popping at the surface of a pond. We just let them pop. We don't have to see what they are. Our meditation isn't lost by hearing the thoughts, but by following down the road, looking at them. Oh, what's this thought? Oh, is it a good thought, bad thought? Am I doing this well? Am I not doing this well? And then all of a sudden we've lost our attention. We're going down the road with it. Our whole mind is filled with thoughts, and we've lost our attention on the breath. So when you find yourself following a thought, do your best to just drop it. Let it pop and return to your breath. And if it's really difficult for you to dismiss your thoughts, you can use some visualization to help. So you could imagine tongs picking up the thought and throwing the thought away, or actually visualize the thoughts being cut and then tossed away. So the point is to always return to the single-pointed concentration. So again and again and again, we're returning to that gossamer thin attention on the breath. So today I thought we would even start with a shorter time. We're going to start with 2 minutes. Just really trying to see, observing our mind and seeing how we can just choose again and again to come back to the breath. So let's see how we do for just 2 minutes. And when you're doing this at home, on a regular basis, if you're trying to do a regular meditation practice, you can start small. You can start with 30 seconds, a minute, 2 minutes, and gradually grow as you also are finding more spaciousness in your mind maybe, or you're more relaxed as you're doing it, you can increase your time. So we're going to try, the shorter time today, 2 minutes, and then we'll do a few intervals. So, all right. Here we go. All right, that was 2 minutes. And just pay attention to what you're noticing. If your body feels tight, again, try to relax more and more, keeping the spine still straight. And also too, again, if we're having thoughts come up, not inspecting every little thought or judging ourselves like, oh man, I was so distracted that time, or oh God, that wasn't great. Oh my gosh, the time is already up. Whatever thoughts we're having, it's very easy to judge ourselves about it. And that's not the point, you know. The point is to just try again and again. And this is a practice, you know. It's something that we do and we improve and you know, work with the mind. And our mind is different from moment to moment. Maybe we have one day where our meditation feels very clear, our mind feels very calm and relaxed, and then another day where we can't even begin to drop a thought. So, you know, we'll have days, be highs and lows like that, and it's all right. That's the nature of our mind. So, working with it and then trying to train it to come back to the breath is the point. So, so we're going to increase our time a little bit. We're going to try 5 minutes now. So let's do that. Here we go. If you need to stretch or grab some water, we'll do 2 more short sessions. And sometimes we might notice, I don't know, if this is our first time doing meditation too, especially, we might not even realize how many thoughts can possibly bubble up and rise up in a short period of time like that. You know, the way our modern world, you know, currently is, you know, we tend to fill every little space with something. We, you know, as a culture, we're very, very busy. And it's rare to have a really quiet moment with ourselves or with our mind. So that's why, again, we make this a practice, we make this a regular thing to kind of cut through that busyness, or as many teachers say, including Jetsama, that monkey mind, you know, just jumping from one thing to one thing, one thing, one thing. So this is a really intentional practice and moment that we can work with our mind. And we really have to set that time aside, because we can see how our day can get eaten up with a million other things. So we might be very surprised to see how busy our minds are once we begin to meditate. And slowly it will, again, become more and more spacious. So let's do little increment increases today. Okay, we'll do 7 minutes together. So again, just relax into your posture. Nothing is forced or rigid. And again, our breathing, very natural. And again, your attention is like a feather, just gently riding the surface of your breath. So let's try 7 minutes. Okay, so I'm going to stop there because my little timer got interrupted and it lost our count. So we'll say that was 7 minutes. Let me just check the time and see what we got. Okay, so we're going to just end with another very short one. So we'll kind of how we started up and then a little shorter time now to finish. And again, just try this on your own when you are at home or throughout your week. You know, starting where you're at. You know, it might not be helpful to start meditation right away at like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. You know, we start with little intervals and slowly increase our time. So, and if your day is very busy, you can still do even a minute of meditation. And over time, that minute will grow and the spaciousness in our mind will grow. So let's do 2 more minutes together to end our whole practice here. And then we'll do some dedications. So we'll do 2 minutes. All right. All right. So let's do our dedication prayers together. Throughout my many lives and until this moment, whatever virtue I have accomplished, including the merit generated by this practice and all that I'll ever attain, this I offer for the welfare of sentient beings. May sickness, war, famine, and suffering be decreased for every being, while their wisdom and compassion increase in this and every life. May I clearly perceive all experiences to be as insubstantial as the dream fabric of the night, and instantly awaken to perceive the pure wisdom display in the arising of every phenomenon. May I quickly attain enlightenment in order to work ceaselessly for the liberation of all sentient beings. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas altogether, whatever kind of motivation you have, whatever kind of beneficial action, whatever kind of wishing prayers, whatever kind of omniscience, whatever kind of life accomplishment, whatever kind of benevolent power, and whatever kind of immense wisdom you have, similarly I, who have come in the same way to benefit beings, pray to attain these qualities. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering. May their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine throughout all realms. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to everyone online. We do this every Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So please join us when you can. And you can do your meditation throughout the week as well. So we'll see you next week. Thank you.